What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Your boy NASA here.
Shouldn't do that anymore.
Today's video, we're gonna talk about how I train and where I train.
Training for what?
For the AT. As you can see, I'm from this beautiful place in Florida, from the swampland, from the ever flatlands of Florida.
What? You're in Florida?
Right, and it's quite hard to train for the AT here in Florida. So there's actually quite a few ways to train for the AT, and I've written myself some stuff down here, so don't mind me looking down.
They make me look smart. Yeah.
In order to tell you, to keep myself on track, right? Because I will get way off track. If you know me, you know me. If you know, you know. There's many ways to train for the AT. Yeah.
Let's get pumped.
It's really hard in Florida to hike, to train for the AT. There are not a lot of ups and downs. Anyway, it's still beautiful out here in the woods. It's just very flat. Where I train. One of the places I train is in the very flat woods. I just come out to a trail, wherever that may be. There's quite a few in my area. It's Mayaca, there's Little Manatee River State Park, there's like Upper Manatee River State Park, there's Rye Bridge, there's all kinds of little wilderness parks. Get out, get some.
What was that totally normal thing you just did?
Get out and get some fresh air in your local park. But I throw a backpack on. And I make sure it weighs like 25 pounds. Whatever I got to stuff in there, I just throw a bunch of random stuff in there. I'll even put like a gallon of water in there or something sometimes, you know, whatever I need to do to get the weight to where I need it to be. I usually carry about 25 pounds on me to kind of prepare myself. If I'm going on a lighter hike, then, you know, cool, I'll be overly prepared. And if it's a slightly heavier hike, well, that's okay too, you know, I'll still be mostly prepared, right?
This bag's mad heavy!
Generally speaking, I like to go to actual woods and hike in actual woods. There are some really, really pretty preserves around here, and I also go to those because it's really hard to stay away because they're so beautiful with all of their birds chirping and, you know, views and that kind of stuff. At one of the preserves that I go to around here called Robinson Preserve, it has a fire tower, and I hike the fire tower to get my ups and downs. It gets the work in, it gets the workout, it gets the workout in. It gets in the workout. It works in the workout.
I cracked myself up.
Moving right along, one of the other places I go is the Little Manatee River State Park. There's a 6-mile loop if you go to, I believe it's the north entrance. I believe it's the north entrance, not the main entrance, right? It's like a back entrance. And there's a 6-mile loop which has a primitive camping site. And then my other favorite place to go is this place called Celery Field. Celery Field is an old landfill. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. And there's this decent size hill where I can go up and down, 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 and I can get lots and lots of up and downs. When I'm really in the training mode, it's Celery Field pretty much every time, because that hill have different terrain for each side of the hill. There's rocky sides, and there's you know, grassy sides, there's a dirt side, and there's some really steep sides and some not so steep sides. So that's where I just go over there and I go up and down all around that hill. That's probably my favorite place to train, but not necessarily my favorite place to hike. It is one of my favorite places to go. Definitely the most friendly of all the hiking places that I go is that place. And I don't know if it's because I have a backpack on and everybody wants to ask me where I'm training to go to, right? Like everybody's like, what are you training for? Where are you going? So another way I train for the trail is, which I kind of already went over, I think in one of my other videos, is by cooking. I will go ahead and order the food that I'm gonna eat on the trail and cook it at home to make sure that I'm gonna like it while I'm on the trail. Because my first time ever going out on the trail, I just ordered a bunch of food that I assumed I would like, and then I got out there and was like, ew, this has mushrooms in it, and I don't like mushrooms, right, kind of thing. So yeah, I pushed through some of that, but a lot of it I ended up just giving to my brother-in-law. Here, you can finish this. So, you know, sometimes when you get out there, you're not very hungry, which is another reason why I like to get out and really train your body prior to. I thought somebody was just over there. It scared the shit out of me, but it's just a tree and a bird. What the fuck?
Ah, you're jumping at shadows.
Literally just scared me. What just ruined my train of thought. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, I ended up giving a lot of food away to my brother-in-law, and so cooking. Cook your food prior to going on the trail. It will help in the long run to know whether or not, first off, if it's feasible. I cook in the pot that I'm gonna be cooking in on the trail, with the burner, everything, right? So I go outside, I set up whatever I'm gonna be doing, I cook my food, and I test it out right there. So, dude, seriously, cook your food, taste it, see if you like it, decide whether or not you're gonna need to bring salt and pepper, right? People don't think about that kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm not gonna... Salt and pepper goes a long way. Even though it may cause a little bit extra weight, like seriously, like it can help, it can make or break a meal for me. Another way obvious to prepare is by going on actual backpacking trips, like on actual section hikes. If you can go out and get a few days in somewhere, or even just hike in, stay the night, and then hike back out in the morning and do whatever you got to do, go to work or whatever. I didn't like to do it on days that I had to go to work, because then I would have to hike out, go home, shower, get ready, and then go to work. I suppose I could have just showered, hiked in, wet towel off, I guess I could have done that, baby wipe off. You could do that. But either way, get some overnight experience. It's important to understand how you sleep in the woods. Some people are back sleepers and they can just, go with a hammock, right? Get a lightweight hammock with the tent thing over it, sure. I'm not a hammock sleeper. I need a hard surface. And I like an air mattress. I'm a side sleeper, so hammocks are just out of the question for me. So go out, get some overnight experience. You'll thank yourself later. Lastly, one of the other things I like to do, and this kind of goes along with going out and getting some experience, is even if you can't go overnight, it's really good to just go out and find a place that has like a primitive camping area or something like that. And even if they don't, you can just find a area that's cleared and set your tent up and then break it down. I like to set my tent up fully. I pull out my sleeping bag, my pad, my everything, right? As if I'm gonna go to bed, and as if I'm gonna set up camp. I pull out my food and I set it up. I don't actually make anything all the time, but you can just set everything up and then break it all back down and put it back away. I just like to set up camp and break down camp. Do that as often as possible so that you can get into a routine. That way, when you get on the trail, you already have a routine, right? You're already, you get up in the morning, you know exactly what to do, boom, 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 to set yourself up ready for success. It's really good to get out and just get the practice of setting up your camp and breaking it down. One of those reasons is if you have to set up in the rain, and if you have a tent like mine, you have to set the tent up prior to putting the rain cover on. And that's because I have poles with mine. Now, a lot of the other tents, like your Z-Packs or something like that, you just lift it up right away with the rain cover already on it. Mine has a net and then a rain cover and a pole. I have the Big Agnes. It's a 2-person tent. I forget what it is. Mountain Glow or something like. Anyway, I bought it because it was on sale, and at the time that I originally planned this hike, I had a dog and I was planning on bringing that puppy with me, or bringing that dog with me, and unfortunately that didn't work out. She has hip dysplasia and she's not going to be able to come hiking with me, but she does have a loving home. And I still have this big Agnes tent, this big ass tent. But honestly, it's beautiful and I love it. I love all the room that I have in it.
Oh, there's lots of room in here now.
Okay, everybody, and that's my video on how I've been training for the Appalachian Trail.
What do we do now? This is so awkward.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out. Leave a comment or two, also really helps me out. Helps with the viewership. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.